then, welcome back. Today we're going back in time. We're going back in time to the 1980s when bike manufacturers were just about on the verge of sorting the shit out and making bikes that didn't have a hinge in the middle. So we've got 5 races, 5 events, whatever we're going to call them, 4 bikes. So we're going to use each one, and whichever one tickles my fancy the most is the one that we'll use for the last event. So race 1, we're at Donington, and we are on a GSX R750, all race modified bikes. It's wet, 5 laps, and yeah, this one was a bit sticky. Attempt 1, lap number 4, down is the Melbourne hairpin, way too wide, and just drop it. And I was a second behind the leader with a 0.3 of a second penalty, so I was never going to make it up anyway, it doesn't matter. The AI on this were fast. Alright, I'll rephrase that. I wasn't very quick, and the AI were quick, so it was a little bit of a struggle. Attempt number 2, we do get it done, but we get a horrific start, and I mean horrendous start. So rather than jumping up to 4th or 5th, we're down in 10th, and well, we're going to have to graft. We're going to have to graft to get it done. Well, talk about leaving it late. I did not make that easy for myself, did I? Running wide, running on. I mean, how I didn't get a penalty through the chicanes, if foggy S's or something. How I didn't get a penalty on the first lap or so for running through there is beyond me, but my word. Right, second one then. We are going to go with an absolute icon of a bike, the VFR 750R, commonly known as the RC30. The first sort of mainstream HRC bike that members of the public could use, for the want of a better explanation. I quite like the VFRs. I've had a 750 and 800 and a diddle on a few other bits and bobs. We're at Imatra, it's pissing it down with rain. We're on a Honda V4 that isn't very fast. So attempt number 1, we just binned it, and we were all over the shop. So attempt number 2, a 159.5. That's going some on this bike. That's not going to be an easy target. Well, we did it. I'm not going to say we did it only just, but it was closer than I would have liked. That I don't get on with that track. I don't mind it. I quite like the layout, but for some reason I don't seem to have very good races with it. So 2 down. Number 3 then, Road America. Now this, I'm not a big fan of Road America. It is a massive track. It's a large track. It's 2 or 3 really long straights. It's not the greatest place in the world to race bikes or cars. In a digital sense, in the real world, it might be thoroughly enjoyable and might be one of the best racetracks in the world, but I'm not a massive fan. We're on a ZX R750, a bike that is very close to my heart. I was a Kawasaki boy growing up. I had nothing but Kawasaki's, and yeah, attempt number 1 goes really well. I get on the gas, go straight off the back. Attempt number 2, run wide on lap 3, bottom of the second straight, and we're off. And just to compound my problems, I think I'll carry on and just flip myself straight off the back of it. So I have a bit of a muck about with the setup. I'm not quite sure what I'm trying to do. The bike's not great. Attempt number 3, again, bottom of the hill, after the long straight, turn 5, tip in, and just the AI, again, he could have quite easily got around there and we could have run around there side by side, but no, they don't want to do that. They want to play games and smash you off. So I have another bit of a fettle, and we're mucking about with a hard and a medium front tyre. Attempt number 4, into turn, is that turn 3, are they saying this is? Yeah, turn 3, I'm on the grass and I'm off and I'm skipping through the gravel again. Attempt number 5, round the carousel corner, coming up to the chicane, and I'm going to run wide. The bike's sliding about all over the place and we're off. We're playing skittles with cones. Attempt number 6, lap 1, first couple of corners I do the same again. turn 3, I'm on the grass and gravel, can't stop, and we're going to headbutt the tyres. It's becoming a bit of a nose, isn't it? Attempt number 7, off the start, and there's going to be all sorts of shenanigans in front of us, and we're just going to be off and skipping down the grass at the side of the track. Attempt number 8, lap 5, I've got a 9 and a bit second penalty, because I forgot that this was the one with the chicane after the carousel, and I went blasting through the cones and just never got far enough in front to make it stick. So, oh my good lord, what are we? Attempt number 6,327, and we finally get it done. And just, this made me want to quit and just leave it alone. There's very few races that have made me want to do that. Maybe it's 2 or 3 over the course of what, 170 odd, and this made me want to quit. I didn't enjoy this one. And it's done, finally, after what felt like 3 weeks of my life. A little bit cheeky, running straight on again. I missed the breaking point for that chicane and ran straight on. I thought I was going to get a massive penalty and have to do it again. I was nearly in tears. But I just managed to slow down enough, and we only got a little bit of a penalty, and it's done. Whew. And that's only, the third one. I've still got 2 more to go yet. And another just straights followed by chicanes, Monza. So we're going to go with a Yamaha RFC R750. Of all the bikes, this was probably the one that I was looking forward to riding the most. It was alright. I guess there's a bit of rose-tinted glasses. When I was growing up and looking at motorbikes, this is all the stuff that was in the showrooms and the kind of things that I was looking at, and I kind of look at them and I think, I'd like a ZX7 or a ZX9, and in reality they're absolutely horrendous to ride. Modern bikes are just so many thousands of times better. But we're at Monza, we're on the RFC R750 OW01, and yeah, thankfully we get it done first time. it's done. As I said, first time. Didn't make it easy for myself though. Kept falling off and running wide and getting loads of time penalties and whatever else. But the AI weren't great. Unless they've got a massive performance advantage. The AI are never great on there. So it's done. So, last event then. So where we're going? We are going to Suzuka. So we're at Suzuka, and I was umming and ahhing, and of all the bikes, the only one that didn't really get a proper run out was the Honda, because it did the time attack at Imatra rather than a full race. So I thought, well, I'm at Suzuka, it's all about corner speed and changes of direction, and it's a V4 and it makes a nice noise and everything else and blah blah blah. So, attempt number 1, lap 3, coming out the last corner on start finish straight, bike hits a bump, gets a bit squirrely, spits me off. Interesting, it's only got 120, maybe it's 130 horsepower, it shouldn't really be spitting me sideways, but we had a little bit of a muck about with this setup and decided what tyres we're going to use. So, attempt number 2, Suzuka on an RC30, 5 laps. As far as nostalgia goes, apart from the start when I got spanned, as far as nostalgia goes, this ticks quite a lot of boxes. And it's done. We won it at a canter at the end. It was no problem. We had a decent gap over the rest of the field. I enjoyed that one. That was a nice little ding dong. The only issue I have with Suzuka is the AI just like to bin it constantly. All those long sweeping corners with a lot of fast entries, and they're just falling off left, right and centre. So it's done. It's a good event. The tracks aren't great. There needs to be a wider selection of bikes. There was much more bikes in the 80s that they could have thrown in there, but I guess they're limited by licenses. I'm just whinging for whinging's sake. So thank you very much for watching. I really appreciate it. Don't forget to leave me a comment, like, subscribe. There's going to be loads more. I'm not going to stop until every event's done. And fingers crossed, I will see you next time. Stay safe. Peace.